Hey, hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome to my nightmare. Today we're going to do a messy job. Hopefully I can pull this off so you guys can get an idea what's all involved. What we have here is we're going to do the swap out with the filters on the reverse osmosis system. By myself. I don't have any help. Hopefully I can pull this off and get the video shot. Hopefully it works. I've done it before. It wasn't too big a deal, but it's very, very sloppy and messy and disgusting because the filters are all slimy with yellow slime and black slime. You name it, it's on there. Now, I'm going to tell you what's all involved. You know, there's like 4 filters you have to buy when you do this. You don't have to buy all 4 filters every year. Basically, I'm going to show you what we got. Okay, here's your charcoal filter. It's a small little filter. That goes inline, and it's got the, well, it says flow on it, you know, show it to you there. I don't know if you see if it went out of focus or not. It says flow on there. The flow goes that way, so all I got to do is I just got to take the old one off, put this one on. No big deal. It's real easy to do that one. Alright, the other one, which would be the first filter, has got a it's wraparound rope on it, and I don't know what these are all called. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have any idea what this stuff's called. Each filter. All I know is how the order they go in and what you got to do to replace them. Okay, but this one here, I'm not going to take it out of the bag because it's got water in it, because this was soaked for 24 hours. This is the membrane. This is what they call the membrane. This is your main primary filter. This gets changed out every, I believe, 5 years. That's what I was told. This is your most expensive filter out of the batch. And then you got your last filter that goes in, and this is some kind of filter, don't know what it's called. And this is more or less like a filter you'd use in an air filter. It looks like it's got wire mesh around it, and it's got some kind of fiber inside that does its job. You know, so we'll get into that. Alright, the whole bill that I've got came to $120.27. That's how much the bill was. Last time I bought this stuff, I think it was $150 some. So I don't know if the prices came down or if they just made a mistake the first time I bought all this stuff. But I'm going to show you under the sink, you know, what everything looks like. There's a like a pressure tank underneath the sink, and I'll show you that. The first thing you got to do is get rid of all the water that's in that tank, because it's got to come out. This is a procedure that, you know, they walk through with me when I bought the filters, you know what to do. And I've done it before too. So basically what you can do is turn your water off on the whole house. Actually, it doesn't have to be the whole house, just your sink. So make sure that the water is turned off on the sink part. Okay, then you run your faucet, and I'll show you that as we go. And then that takes care of that, and then you empty your big white tank. So I'm going to take you and show you down underneath what's all involved with that. Hopefully I can pull this off. Alright. Okay, I'm going to try to stick this inside here. That's the tank that holds water. Alright, and then down here is basically your unit with all the filters. And the one behind there is that little guy. Alright, and then up on top here, you get in here, you'll see it's a mess in there. There's a valve at the top of the tank that has to be turned off. Okay, and then the back, probably can't see it. Yeah, well, there's 2 valves back there, hot and cold. Just turn them off. Then there's one back here. You turn that off to be safe. So this is the whole system here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the water on. We're going to let that run until it's empty. So I'm not going to sit here and wait for that. You know, you get the idea. Then we'll go to the next step. Okay, we're gaining on it. It's getting slow. We have to wait till all that water's out before we start. Okay, hopefully we're in focus. We take this little valve here, we turn it in the off position. That's what I was told to do. And then, I'll show you down below here. This is your little check valve down here that you unscrew. And you put your air gauge on that. Then I'll tell you what you're got for pounds of air in it. You're not supposed to have more than 10 pounds of air in there. That's what I was told. Alright, so we got the water off on the tank, and we emptied the tank, so we should be able to start changing filters out. So let's start the mess. Okay, I didn't want to show changing that because I didn't know what to expect. We did get a lot of water that sprayed out a little bit, but we got it done. The new one's in. See, the flow is going that way. So we got that one done. Now we'll do the next step. We're going to have to take these. I'll show you. The whole system, when we take one apart, we have to take the cylinder and clean the cylinder out in the bathtub, because I don't have no water up at the sink. Because remember we turned all the water off, so we have no water up here. So let's start on that. Okay, we're going to start on this now. Got that one filter on. Now on the back, we have this pin that you got to pull out. This could be a little difficult because everything is seized up with pressure. So let me get that loose quick. Okay guys, this is a little bit embarrassing here. As you know, I just took this one out here. Look how brown it is. You know, you tell it really needs to be changed bad. And then inside this tube it's brown. I'm going to take that, flush it out. Best I can, scrub it out in the bathtub. So we're going to do that next. Not going to show you that because it would take too long. But you get the idea. Okay, on the messy floor, we got a lot of water that went on the floor. It's no big deal. We mop it up. We're going to have a lot of this problem because all these filters come out, it's got water in it. You're going to have the mess. There's nothing you can do about it. Luckily, we got a linoleum floor to wipe up. You know, I tried cleaning this out here the best I could. It's all stained so bad that it'll never come out. There's nothing to worry about because the filter itself, the new one that we stick in, will seal itself in there, and then we'll be good to go. The other thing you want to do is, I didn't tell you this, but I brought a pail. You know, put some of the slop in there. It comes out of here. You know, so we're gonna get this in there. The first filter, show you how that's done. Okay, on this one here, we got a little O-ring on top that goes in the unit. Gets plugged in nice and tight. We slide this in here like so. And I gotta find my pin. Okay, after wrestling around with that for about 10 minutes here, I figured out there's a certain way you had to lock this tube in to get this steel pin in. And for me to fight with it and try to get a camera view would have been pretty hard to do. So you do have to fight with these and get these in position and up tight so they're sealed. Otherwise this pin will not fit in. The pin will go halfway and it'll stop. So if you get the pin in, it means you're sealed. You're good to go. So we got 2 more to go. Now I'm out of breath. Shouldn't be doing this. Try to save money. That's what you got to do. Here's the old one. It's going into the bucket. Alright, it's in the bucket. So now, he said to do the 2 outside ones first, which I think I'm going to take the advice in doing that. And let's see if we can pop them loose on film. See what happens. I don't know if I can or not. Well, the pin come out. Pin come out real easy. But getting this off could be a major problem. No, it's coming off. And you got a lot of water. A lot of water comes out. You know, this thing is full of water. So I dumped it in that bucket. So right here's your other one here. And remember, the O-rings always go to the top. That's on these. You see that? The O-rings? I'm going to throw that in the bucket so we don't get too much more water out on the floor. And we'll stick this baby in here. Like so. Up tight. And then I'm going to wait. Yeah, I'm going to have to fight with this one too. Yeah, just what I thought. Yeah, you got to fight with these quite a bit. So me in here, to get this all lined up and sealed, you got to push really hard on this tube and get this to be real nice and tight on top before you put this pin in. Like so. Once you put the pin in, you know you're good. Okay, now I got to do the membrane. Membrane is going to be the one that's the expensive one. And now I was told you can buy that every 5 years, but then after talking to Culligan today, actually yesterday, if I remember right, they said you got to replace it every 2 years. So I was long past due, and I talked to the rep and the guy that does the maintenance, and he comes out to the house and installs a lot of these units. He says, "Ah, you don't have to worry about dying. It ain't gonna kill you." He says, "You're still drinking pure water." He says, "No matter how dirty that is." Because I know when I first installed it, they had a beeping red light on top that would, you know, beep on your faucet up on the sink. And when that turned red, that meant it's time to change the filters. Well, you got to constantly be changing the battery on that, and I don't know if that's even giving you a accurate reading or not. You know, so you don't want to be changing these filters at $120, you know, more than you need to. So good news today was he says, well, you're not going to die if you continue to drink the water, as long as it's going through the filter system, as long as you're getting water. If it was really bad, he said it wouldn't be pumping water at all. All right, we're down to our last one, and I'm out of breath. I did a lot of fighting trying to get this in, both of these. You know, and for me to show my butt, you can't see nothing while I'm fighting, trying to squeeze that together and put the pin in. You know, but you guys should be able to understand. You know, it's I'm telling you, it's a little bit tricky and a little hard to do, but it's not totally impossible. I mean, you can do it, but to get it on film as a one-man team, it's kind of ridiculous, because you'd see me struggling and you see nothing but my butt, because I got to position the camera where you can see it the best. So, all right, I'm going to do this last one. All right, we're holding up the blue one. This one's white this time. The old one, they come out, is blue. They call it Big Blue. It's a membrane. That's what they tell me. Yeah. So this is a new one. We're going to stick that baby in there. Same way. push it tight in there. All right. Now I gotta make sure that this all lines up. That's important. That little pin right there lines up with the pin on here. Well, that's not hard to do. That should work real good. But there again, I'm gonna fight it again. So, oh boy, don't seem like it took that long to you guys, but it took me a while to fight that one too. You had to push that really hard on there and get that sealed. And then once it stayed in there, then you can snap this on. But I had trouble. I got it on where I thought it was about right, and then all of a sudden I heard a snap and it snapped in. And then my holes lined up, and I could put the pin right in there. You know, so that wasn't too bad. So basically this is hopefully going to work. So let's put it back in the cabinet. Let's mop up the floor. And then we'll go from there and see if we can get water. Okay, as you can see, I pushed the unit inside. I don't have any permanent hangers inside there because on these mobile homes there's no room in there to put a mounting bracket much to speak of. And you can see I've got a problem with the flooring in here. As soon as I get done with what I got to get done legally this year, hopefully I can get a new floor put in this kitchen sink. You know, if not, then it'll sell the way it is. So that's what's up the road as time goes on. It may take a while before we get to that point, and I'll bring you videos on that stuff too. So right now this is where we're at. Hopefully we can turn all the water on and we don't get any leaks under there. So let's see what you got. Okay, you guys want to know how it really went? Not good. On the little filter that's right here that goes on to the main line, that's the only one we had to disconnect. All right, and put it back together, of course, and turn the water on. First thing that happened is there's water coming out of that blue plastic line that goes to that filter out of both ends. Well, it took a while to figure it out, but I got to figure it out. When you push them in, you got to push them until they bottom out. And then when they do, you pull it back and then it locks in. If you push them in and you think you got them in, you know, enough, and then you pull back, they're going to leak. All right, so they got to go in a certain distance when you put them in the hole. So, you know, don't be afraid to slam them in there and then pull back on them. And you got to bottom out and then pull back. And that seemed to do the trick. There's no leaks. It's not leaking now. But I did find out that we got some bad master valves underneath the sink. We're going to need to have that looked at soon. I'm going to have it looked at soon. Some more mucho money again. And but that's all part of, you know, your maintenance on your home anyway. So you got hard water, even though you got a softener, it doesn't always do everything that you want it to do. We do have some really hard water in Walworth County, and if you look on the charts on the internet, you'll find out that Walworth County is real high with hard water, and you got to have a water softener just about every house. You know, so that's the name of that tune. All right, so now we got about a 3-hour wait to see if we got some water. All right, so we're going to shut the camera off, and then I'll bring you back to when we got some full volume of water coming out of that faucet. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, one last thing I want to check here, and we don't have any clue, is how much air we got in the tank. All right, now you're not going to probably see me because I'm going to be in the way of the camera. Let me get a reading. Now this doesn't lock in. This is my gauge here for checking for the air pressure. Should have about 10 pounds or a little bit more. So we'll see what we get. Okay, it's not even moving the gauge. There's absolutely hardly any air in there at all. I don't even know how it's working. But I'll have to drag the air hose in here, my air compressor, and I'm not going to show you that, but I'll get her up to at least 10 pounds. Okay? So I'm going to do that right now while we're waiting for the water to build up. Okay, so after all that work, dragging the air compressor in the house, because I don't have a hose long enough. It's just a little miniature air compressor, nothing big. Enough to get you by on for a car. You can't take it on the highway with you because it's not 12 volt, but it's, 110, and it works fine. So I was able to get the air in there, no problem. I was surprised to see there was no air in there. Everything was working still really up to snuff, all this time. I can't figure out, what the air's there for in the first place. But I guess it's supposed to give it pressure so the water comes out of the faucet. And I always had real good pressure without worrying about having enough air in there. I know at one time, the whole system, every time you turn the water off, it would howl for about, a minute or so, a little bit. Enough to be annoying. And I always said, maybe it's because I got too much air pressure in that tank. So I went down there one day and I let some out. And I brought it down to about 12 pounds. Well, after talking to Culligan, he told me, put about 10 pounds in there. He said between 10 and 12, that should be good. So that's what I just did. I put 10 pounds in there. But where did it go? I imagine it comes out on one end somewhere over a period of years, so you got to probably always check it. So it's a good thing to check all that stuff, I guess. But I neglected this thing for quite some time, and it's time to get down to business now because, I've got a lot of stomach issues, and I don't know if it's caused by reverse osmosis. There's a lot of people that say that people with arthritis problems or rheumatism and all that stuff. Reverse osmosis is supposed to be really bad for you because the acidity levels of the water are extremely high when you do a reverse osmosis. Now there's drinking platforms you can buy. You gotta buy them online because they don't come from China. They come from Korea. They come from Korea. Korea makes them. My brother just bought one. And they cost you some pretty significant money. And you can buy them all the way from, mediocre family to a extremely large family. It depends upon, what size family you got. You have to do some studying on it. I never really got a chance to study it out that much. Never got into the water, never really paid much attention to water that much, and now I'm finding out that water is a very important part of your life because that could be the reason why we got a lot of aches and pains. It's all pertains to water. Now they're saying that drinking out of a water bottle that you buy from Walmart or you buy from any grocery store is supposed to be bad for you. And if you do an acidity test on it, you'll find out how bad it is. But you got to have the right chemicals to test that. And my brother has that. And we tested the water directly out of a bottle from Walmart, a random bottle, and he put 2 drops in a little test tube. And I wish I could do it right now and show you, but I can't. Maybe we'll do that on video someday. We'll have him run that test. But he took his machine that he's got that he paid probably, close to $1,000 for. And what it has on there is it makes alkaline, and it's got plates in there, I don't exactly know how it works, but all I know is it costs a lot of money. And it's supposed to keep your minerals where they're supposed to be. It's supposed to be very healthy for you. And it's a patent design from Korea, I believe. It's their patent. And it's been proven to work. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but you go online and you start checking out water. They got something bad to say about all water. I don't care what you talk about. Somebody's got something to say bad about it. And to my opinion, you take it the way you want to believe it. So all I know is this is all I got to go with is reverse osmosis at the time, and maybe I'll have to do something different later. I was thinking about going to spring water, going down to the spring and getting spring water, and then taking it home and boiling it. I don't know if that's a good idea either. So guys, if you guys, any of you guys are water specialists, you know your background on water, leave me some comments in the section so I can read them. Tell me what I'm doing wrong and how I can improve myself, because I do have some really bad issues with arthritis, and I put a lot of blame on water. I really do. I think that's it contributes a lot to your bones. I could be wrong, but let me know in the comments. So we got our perfect 10 pounds of air pressure in there. We did that. So now we're just waiting for the water to build up. It takes about 3 hours, I guess, to get a full tank of water. And then after that, you got plenty of water because the tank is plenty big. All you're using it for is drinking. So all right, I'll let you go, and then we'll be back shortly. Okay, guys, here it goes. Let's see if we got water. Looks like it's flowing pretty good. Yep, just like normal. Good to go. Okay, I've got the job done. It's complete. Everything's working great. There's no leaks. Of course, there's no reason to have any leaks except for that one hose. That plastic hose is a bear. You had to make sure you had it all the way in. Push it, snap it all the way in, and then pull back on it. Put it a little bit, and then pull back on it. It's not going to seal. That's the trick. So, alright, so this is it for this video. I just thought I'd bring this to you because there's not a thing going on right now. We're at a bad time of year. It's cold outside all the time. People ain't going to want to go out and about. If you want to go down to Walmart and walk around down there, you can't do video in there. Probably think you're nuts. There's just nowhere to go right now that I can think of. But I will be checking my calendar, and I do, and see what kind of events are coming up. I did pass a place up the other day while I was traveling for some important paperwork, and it was over by the Eagle area, and they call it the Four Chimneys. And it looks to me like it's some kind of a museum thing, and I'm going to maybe take a ride over there and gander over there and see what that's all about. Maybe I can bring something a little different for you for a video. So that's all, folks, for this week. And summertime I bring you 2 videos at a time. Sometimes even in winter I bring you 2 videos in 1 week, but right now I just don't have anything going on. So I thought I'd throw this one in for you. Just doing odds and ends around the place, keeping busy with my brother. He's got plenty of work out there for his ironworks. So I do that, and it keeps me occupied, keeps my bones moving. Otherwise I'd be sitting there staring at the TV, and I don't want to do that. I do enough of that in the morning, about 2:30 in the morning until about 5 o'clock. And that's when I can't sleep. I sleep from about 10 until about sometimes 2:45, somewhere around there. So I do have a sleeping problem. It's getting better though. I've taken myself off of gabapentin to try that and see if that is acting as a problem with insomnia, which I hope I'm saying it right. And another word I don't know if I said right was acidity. If I'm saying that wrong, let me know. To me, it's a form of acid that's in the water, and you don't want acid in your water. That's not good for you. So yeah, if you guys know more about this water deal, let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. So I don't know what the title is yet, but I'll come up with a good title, hopefully, that you guys can get my attention and take a peek at this video. So, alright, hey, if you guys would put that thumbs up, I appreciate it. That helps the algorithm to get my channel out there. Obviously, YouTube don't care about us small YouTubers. It takes a long time to get noticed. You got to have some viral videos out there for them to take notice. And I did have the one on the pros and cons on mobile homes, and that's it. That's right at 92,000 right now, and views. But it's not really doing any good because it's not really promoting my channel. YouTube's not promoting my channel, so I'm kind of like SOL, So I can't help that. I can only just keep pumping out videos just to have fun. Like I said, I'm not in it for the money, and if I was, you'd know about it. I'd have Patreon accounts, and I'd have stuff to offer. I'd be, put my lockbox address out there for people to feel sorry for me. I don't want that. I think it'd be fun, but to me it's like begging for stuff. I don't want to get into that. I'm just a YouTuber that wants to have fun doing this and bring really good material to you guys of projects I do that I get involved with, that I can explain it to the best of my knowledge. I'm not the greatest at explaining stuff, but I try. And I'm not the greatest talker in the world either. Sometimes talk too much and it don't make sense a lot of times, but kicking myself my own teeth by saying that. But oh well. You guys have a great day. Please subscribe if you're brand new to my channel. I appreciate it. And leave some comments. Don't be afraid to leave comments. And one thing you gotta do, if you're brand new to the channel, you subscribe, hit that bell, click that bell, and then check mark you want to be notified. And then that way, every time I come up with a video, you'll have it. And that's about all I got to say. So oh, the other thing is share the video. This is good information for everybody. You guys got Facebook. Share this video. Some people have reverse osmosis, and they may not be Culligan. It might be another type of group out there that's selling this stuff. And those filters are expensive enough. Why would you want to pay somebody to come to your house for $75 or $110 for labor to put stupid filters in when you can do it yourself? I know it's a pain in the neck to put them in. You've seen it. I couldn't even show some of it because it was so frustrating. But it took me right about an hour and a half to do this job. But I saved $75. So I hope this was helpful to you. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and have a what is today? Today is Monday. Wow. I thought we were on the weekend. Yeah, Monday. Yeah, March 2nd already, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Yeah, I think it's March 2nd. Monday. So you should have this video up in a short time. I'm going to upload it, and then you guys can watch it. So you guys have fun. We'll see you on the next video. See ya. Bye.